So we've been talking skin health and pigmentation now for a while. We've touched on the various elements that are involved in keeping the skin healthy. We've talked about the digestive system. We've talked about nutrition. We talked about the stress response. But we haven't really addressed the major mediating force, the major control point of skin chemistry, and really the major control point when it comes to all biochemistry, and that is the hormone system. Yes, it's true. We talked about specific hormones, and we talk about specific hormones a lot. We talk about thyroid hormone a lot, and thyroid hormone is unbelievably important for the skin. Thyroid hormone is involved in moisturization of the skin and the skin's resilience and the skin's robustness and responsiveness to the environment. Hypothyroidism will cause dry skin. Hyperthyroidism will cause oily skin. We've talked about cortisol. Cortisol is a stress hormone. The body will break down and the skin will break down under conditions of elevated cortisol. Elevated cortisol is way more significant as a skin aging factor than anything else, really, than any preservatives in skincare products or in any skincare products, period. The hormone cortisol is said to be a catabolic breakdown hormone. And when you have wrinkles and you have hyperpigmentation and you've got poor wound healing, and you have eczema, psoriasis, really any skin issue, you can rest assured cortisol is lurking behind. We talked about aldosterone, the little-known stress management hormone, your mineral hormone, the hormone that's responsible for high blood pressure, or partially anyway responsible for high blood pressure. Aldosterone is also a skin hormone because it can cause puffiness of the skin. Interestingly, aldosterone has been shown to stimulate or enhance wound healing. But we haven't really talked about the nature of hormones, what they are in a general sense, and in a general sense, how they work. Now, the word hormone certainly is one that we've all heard of. The word hormone has been in the American health lexicon for a little over 100 years, and it's become especially popular over the last 40 or 50 years. It became really, really popular in the 60s. A book called Feminine Forever was written by a doctor, I forgot his name, from New York City, and he hypothesized that by using estrogen you could stay feminine forever. And since then, pretty much, hormones have been in the news and in the press and have glibly rolled off the lips of medical professionals for decades now. You hear women talking about their hormone problems. Doctors will say hormones are responsible for your health issues. Sometimes they don't even know what they're saying. People talk about hormonal acne and hormonal balancing and hormonal testing and hormonal replacement and bioidentical hormones, but what exactly these vital, critical biochemicals are remain for most of us somewhat of a mystery. So for the next couple of days, at least, I want to talk a little bit about hormones in general, what exactly these things are and why they are so important. So when your doctor says, oh, it's your hormones, or when your friends say, oh, my hormones are messed up, or I'm on bioidentical hormones, or it must be my hormones, you'll know what they're talking about. Sometimes people tell me their health issues or their skin problems are hormonal. I hear skincare professionals say this all the time, hormonal acne. What does that mean? Everything is hormonal. Nothing happens in the body without hormones. So what does that really mean when you have a hormonal condition? So to understand the importance of hormones, you've got to understand about the two most important classes of chemicals in the body that are associated with activity. You have two major activity chemicals. There are the enzymes, and then there are the hormones. Those are the two major classes of chemicals in the body that are involved with action, activity. Enzymes are the life. Enzymes do all the work in the body. No enzymes, no life. And this is why, in my opinion, enzyme supplementation is getting ready to be the next big thing in health and nutrition. Mark my words. You are going to start to hear more and more about enzymes. I'm not talking digestive enzymes. That's certainly important. I'm talking about general enzymes, systemic enzymes, enzymes that are involved in the chemistry of the body. Now, we've talked a bit about enzymes. We had Troy Opperley on, who's an enzyme expert. We had Viktoras Kalvinskis on. For the last couple of weeks, we've had both of these guys on talking about the importance of enzymes. We're going to continue talking about the importance of enzymes. In my opinion, again, our enzymeless, i.e. dead food diets, are a leading cause, if not the leading cause, of our health and disease crisis. If you wonder why, over the last 150 years, our health has gone down the tubes, down the toilet, we're sicker and sicker and sicker than ever before, even though we got more brilliant doctors than ever before. If you're wondering what to attribute that to, you can pretty much assume that enzymeless food have a lot to do with it. Over the last 150 years, we figured out through food processing how to keep food stable, shelf stable, by removing the enzymes. That's what a processed food is. It's a food that doesn't have enzymes in it. So enzyme supplementation, I'm not just talking about digestive enzymes. And certainly there's digestive enzymes are important. The ultimate enzymes for longevity are super duper important. But enzyme supplementation, you're going to start to hear more and more about it. For overall health, enzymes are unbelievably important. Systemic enzymes. If you're interested, you could find high-end systemic enzymes. And by the way, gluten-digesting enzymes at brightsidehealthproducts.com. That's my shopping cart, my, I guess you say store, internet store. When I see good products, I want to be able to make them available. We got the Bergamax up there, up at brightsidehealthproducts.com. I've got a interesting energy/weight loss sublingual spray. And then also we've got some super high-end systemic enzymes, brightsidehealthproducts.com. Now, enzymes are important for sure, but hormones are the signals that turn on the enzymes. I'll tell you what I mean when we come back from our break.
Are your Google search results killing you? Unflattering content in blogs, news articles, online reviews, social media, or other sources can jeopardize your reputation, your business, and your livelihood. Let Reputation.com help. Our patented technology will make the truth about you more visible while pushing down unwanted negative content. Improve your Google search results. Call Reputation.com at 1-800-831-0771 for a free consultation. That's 800-831-0771.
Paid non-attorney spokesperson Ricky LeBlanc, admitted in Mass only. Sokolov Law, LLC, Chestnut Hill, Mass. Ken Levin, responsible attorney in Fort Lauderdale, Florida. Greg Hobby, New Jersey. The choice of lawyer is an important decision that should not be based solely upon advertisements. While this firm maintains joint responsibility, most cases of this type are referred to other attorneys for principal responsibility. If you know what mesothelioma is, you or someone you love has likely been impacted by this devastating cancer. You may be entitled to compensation. Call Sokolov Law today. 1-800-218-HELP. The only known cause of mesothelioma is asbestos exposure. Thousands of hardworking men and women, including many U.S. veterans and industrial workers, have been diagnosed with mesothelioma because manufacturers knew the dangers but put profits ahead of people. An estimated $30 billion in court-ordered trust has been set aside to pay money to asbestos victims. If you or a loved one has been diagnosed with mesothelioma, call now. You may be entitled to receive compensation without ever going to court or filing a lawsuit. Call for a free legal consultation at 1-800-218-HELP. That's 1-800-218-HELP.
Paid non-attorney spokesperson Adam Poleski of the Poleski Law Firm with principal office in Houston, Texas is the attorney responsible for the content of this ad. This ad is not legal advice, and the choice of a lawyer should not be based solely upon advertisement. Services may not be available in all states. Attention Xarelto users. If you or a loved one took Xarelto and suffered a serious bleeding event, you may be entitled to financial compensation. Xarelto is a popular prescription blood thinner used to prevent blood clots and protect patients from strokes. These serious bleeding events have led to numerous cases of hospitalization and even death. Phone lines are open 24/7. Call 800-261-0937. That's 800-261-0937.
Ready Supply Foods sells more food for your money than any other company, and we can prove it. We've gathered nutritional facts from our competitors' own websites and divided them by price to show you how much they sell per dollar. In an emergency, calories mean survival. Ready Supply Foods sells 245 calories per dollar, where the others average only 155. That's 58% more for your money. We're the new leader in value and quality. See the comparisons at ReadySupplyFoods.com today.
What would your life be like if you woke up each morning with new vitality, feeling better than you have in years, and you noticed a difference in your sleeping patterns, blood sugar levels, and had a sense of well-being overall? There's something that is changing thousands of people's lives, and you could be one of them. It's called Heart and Body Extract. Sharon Harris, co-creator of Heart and Body Extract, talks about the positive effects of Heart and Body Extract.
What happens with the formula Heart and Body Extract is it's giving the body the necessary vitamins, minerals, amino acids, enzymes, and phytonutrients so the body will heal itself. And yes, the body does have the ability to balance blood pressure, balance cholesterol, clean and unclog the arteries. It can also work on balancing the circulation for diabetics. So the body is an amazing thing. It simply needs some help so it has the tools to heal itself.
Heart and Body Extract gets results. To order your 2-month supply, call now, toll free at 866-295-5305. Order online at hbextract.com.
Owe $10,000 or more to the IRS?
Get on board with the Tax Admiral. Don't pick on the IRS alone. I'll cut penalties and reduce your overall tax bill. Sometimes I can even get it zeroed out completely.
We're an A-rated company helping people clean up their mess with the IRS.
If you owe $10,000 or more, then call the Tax Admiral.
Call 800-287-7180. Again, that's 800-287-7180. 800-287-7180.
Hi, I'm Dr. Sam Nussbaum with the Anthem Foundation. Premature birth is the leading cause of death of babies and disabilities for children. That's why we support the March of Dimes to help mothers have full-term pregnancies and healthy babies. Join us in supporting cutting-edge research, treatment and outreach to help moms during their pregnancy and give every baby a healthy start in life. Learn how you can help at marchofdimes.org.
My name's Clyde, age 59, and I reside in Florence, South Carolina. The doctors diagnosed me as having clogged arteries. Felt like I was carrying heavy concrete blocks around my feet and legs. I started taking Heart and Body Extract as directed. It is less than 3 weeks, and I'm like a young man again. It's unbelievable that an herbal formula can work so fast and so powerfully.
Learn the secrets of an effective, natural, 100% organic nutritional supplement for a healthy heart and circulation at hbextract.com.
Don't complain about your cable bill going up and up and up. Do something about it. Grab a pencil and jot down this special number, 1-855-905-MY-TV. The more cable TV rates go up, the better digital satellite TV looks. Say goodbye to the cable guy and get more of your favorite channels in 100% digital quality for less money. Call 1-855-905-MY-TV. Sign up for packages starting as low as $19.99, and there's no equipment to buy. You get free HD TV upgrade, a free DVR upgrade, and free professional installation. You control what you watch when you watch it. Record your favorite shows, pause and rewind live TV, even skip the commercials. Watch local channels too. At just $19.99, what are you waiting for? Pull out your major credit or debit card. Call 1-855-905-MY-TV. 1-855-905-MY-TV. Say goodbye to the cable guy. Cut costs and get more. 1-855-905-MY-TV. 1-855-905-MY-TV.
The human body is more than 60% water. Your brain and muscles are 75% water. And your blood is 92% water. Water's vital to your body, and alkalizing your water is the key to keep it running at its best. AlkaVision Plasma pH drops keep your entire body healthy, boosts energy, promotes weight loss, and even fights cancer. Call 800-518-7615 or go to alkavision.com to find out more. That's alkavision.com.
This is a healthcare alert from the Pain Relief Hotline. If you, a family member, or a loved one suffers from knee, back, shoulder, or ankle pain and have Medicare as your primary insurance, we've got great news. You don't have to suffer any longer. You can immediately qualify for a pain-relieving brace at little or no cost to you by calling our 24/7 Pain Relief Hotline at 866-389-0620. Delivery is free and all paperwork is handled for you. If you are on Medicare and have knee, back, shoulder, or ankle pain, don't wait. You can qualify to immediately receive a pain-relieving brace at little or no cost by calling our 24/7 Pain Hotline now at 866-389-0620. Our representatives are standing by 24/7 to take your call and rush you your pain-relieving brace at little or no cost to you. Shipping is free and all paperwork is handled for you. Just call 866-389-0620. That's 866-389-0620. Again, 866-389-0620.
Turn on the news and you'll hear stories of natural disasters, political unrest, and financial crisis. In times of uncertainty, how will you take care of your family's most basic needs? Food Insurance, America's most trusted provider of freeze-dried emergency food, has solutions that fit your family's needs and budget. Our meals are delicious, nutritious, and come with a guaranteed 25-year shelf life. For a limited time, we are sending a free freeze-dried meal to all listeners of this program. Go to foodinsurance.com and request your free meal today. That's foodinsurance.com.
Hi, this is Walt Augustinowitz. I'm the founder and CEO of ID Stronghold. By now you've heard our commercials about wallets that protect you from electronic pickpocketing. 10 years ago, I created a way to protect my own cards from prying eyes after government officials started talking about issuing a national ID card with a built-in radio chip called RFID. I felt having to broadcast my personal information was an invasion of privacy. Soon after, it was also announced that credit cards, debit cards, U.S. passports, hotel room keys, and even transit passes would all soon incorporate RFID. It was then I formed ID Stronghold to share my inventions in blocking RFID signals with the world. There are a lot of misconceptions out there today about RFID. I encourage everyone to get informed and get protected. Please go to idstronghold.com and get the facts and the wallets, sleeves, or badge holders you need to protect your personal financial data. You'll be pleasantly surprised that through our direct sales model, you won't pay more than other comparable unprotected wallets. It is as though the protection is free. Visit idstronghold.com today.
Thank you for listening to GCN. Visit GCNlive.com today.
Okay, so enzymes are important. Clearly, they are the life. And enzymeless food is a big, big problem. That's why sprouts, which are loaded with enzymes, vegetables, which are loaded with enzymes, are such important and healthful foods. But as important as enzymes are, hormones are actually the signals that initiate the production of the enzymes so that the work can be done. The hormones turn on the production of the enzymes. Yes, the enzymes are the work. The enzymes are the life. But the hormones are the arousers, the stimulators. In fact, the word hormone actually comes from the Greek term hormeo, which means arouse, or I arouse to activity. That's what hormeo means. Hormones turn on. They arouse the enzymes. They wake up the enzymes. Enzymes are the action. Hormones turn them on. They're both critical. These are the two most important activity chemicals in the body, the enzymes and the hormones. Enzymes do the work, and the hormones turn them on. And by the way, what we call the mighty 90 essential nutrients are a kind of bridge between the hormones and the enzymes. They facilitate the hormones' ability to trigger the action. So the hormones use the micronutrients, the mighty 90, what we call the mighty 90, to turn on the enzymes. It goes hormones, mighty 90, enzymes. The mighty 90 essential nutrients facilitate, improve, enhance the ability of the hormones to trigger the action in the production of the enzymes. With the exception of vitamins A and D, which are actually hormones themselves. That's a whole other story. But the B complex, vitamin C, vitamin K, and even to a certain extent vitamin E, as well as the essential fatty acids and the amino acids, these act to facilitate the activity of the hormones. Hormones are made in special cells called gland cells. Together, these gland cells make up the glands. You got two major types of glands that are producing hormones. You got glands that secrete hormones into the digestive system as well as through the skin. Those are called exocrine, as in outside. Technically, the digestive tract is really outside the body, technically. This is kind of interesting. The digestive tract is actually, technically speaking, a tube within the body. It's not the body itself. It has to get food and substances in the digestive tract have to be vetted by the intestines to get into the body, and that's a whole nother story. So secretions into the digestive tract, digestive juices specifically, and secretions outside the body through the sweat glands specifically, those are called exocrine glands and exocrine hormones. And for the most part, when we talk about hormones, we're not talking about these. We're not talking about the exo as an outside, exocrine secretions. When we talk about hormones, we're really talking about endocrine hormones. Endo meaning inside. Exo outside, endo inside. Endocrine, and by the way, crine always means hormones. C-R-I-N-E always means hormones. Biochemistry is kind of interesting. The language of biochemistry is kind of interesting because you can always tell what a substance is, or at least usually tell what a substance is, by its nomenclature, by its name. ACE, A-S-E at the end of a word, typically will mean an enzyme. Crine at the end of a word will typically mean a hormone. So exocrine, endocrine, or inside hormones, and outside hormones. The hormones we talk about all the time, those are endocrine hormones. So what's the inside that we're referring to when we talk about endocrine? If exocrines are secreted outside the body, into the digestive tract, outside the skin, or through the skin, where is the inside when we talk about endocrine? Well, endocrine hormones secrete hormones into the blood. That's the inside. That is really the inside of the body. That's the sacred space, as we've said so many times in the Bible. The life of the body is in the blood. It's the holy of holies. The blood is the holy of holies, and nothing gets into the blood unless it's been vetted and purified. And there's an assurance that it's not going to mess things up. This is the problem with leaky gut syndrome. This is the problem with digestive health issues. Crap food and undigested food, because of a lack of enzymes, by the way, digestive enzymes, a lot of the times, get into the blood. And this is where disease comes from. We said this so many times. The life of the body is in the blood. It is the sacred space. When we talk about endocrine hormones, we're talking about hormones that go into the blood. And from there, because the blood contacts everything in the body, once the endocrine hormones go into the blood, they can contact every single cell in the body. If you could look inside your blood, you would see it absolutely packed with endocrine hormones floating through the blood and contacting every single cell in the body. You've got 100 trillion of them. I'm telling you, to me, that is one of the most astounding aspects of all of anything. I was going to say all of biochemistry and all of biology, but really of being alive, that we have 100 trillion little entities, independent entities, that are somehow cooperating with each other in a congruent and coherent enough fashion to create us, in a congruent and coherent enough fashion that we don't even know we're made up of as a composite. We're made up of 100 trillion living entities. And how these living entities communicate with each other and how they operate in such a coherent fashion, well, you can thank your hormones, because that's the job of the hormones. Via the activity of the hormones, the body becomes a unified whole. All the cells of the body operate coherently and congruently via the activity of the hormones, the endocrine hormones, the hormones in the blood. So the glands secrete hormones into the blood, and from there they contact every single cell in the body. The adrenal glands are your classic endocrine glands, your classic endocrine hormone glands. The first endocrine hormones were actually found in the adrenal glands. Epinephrine was the first endocrine hormone to really be researched at the turn of the 20th century. That's really when we started to explore hormones. They knew about hormones. They knew there was something that was being secreted in the blood as early as the mid-19th century. But they didn't know exactly what was going on. There was kind of a debate between people, scientists who thought that the body was chemical primarily, and that the body initiated its activity via chemistry, and other scientists were thinking that the body was electrical primarily. Today we know it's both, electrical and chemical, and these are the two major control systems of the body, the nervous system and the hormone system. But at in the middle of the 19th century, there was kind of a debate. Was it body electrical or was it chemical? And start to research and start to look into what the body was. By the turn of the 20th century, by 1900, they had discovered the first hormone, which was called epinephrine, or adrenaline we call it today, came out of the adrenal glands. So the adrenal glands are considered the classic endocrine-making glands, but there's other glands that are important as well, obviously. The thyroid gland, thymus gland, ovaries, testes, pituitary, all of these glands. Tomorrow we'll continue talking about hormones. We'll talk about the very, very interesting spiritual relationship, or relationship between hormones and spirituality. I consider myself personally a spiritual person, and I don't really think there's a separation between our spiritual natures and our physical natures. We make that distinction artificially. We make a lot of distinctions artificially. But the way I look at it, spiritual health and mental health and emotional health and physical health all go hand in hand. I call it SMEP. Spiritual, mental, emotional, physical. And as it turns out, the hormones may actually be the link between our physical natures and our spiritual natures. And we'll talk about that tomorrow. There's a really cool connection between the hormones and spirituality. We'll address that tomorrow as we continue talking hormone health. And then we'll talk about some of the various hormonal strategies or nutritional strategies that you can use to upregulate or enhance hormone chemistry, and we'll actually talk about hormones that you can use to enhance hormone chemistry, and we'll even talk about foods that you can use to help enhance hormone chemistry. That'll be all coming up in the next few days on the bright side. All right, 844-236-6010 is our number. I got a note from my friend Dr. Bonnie. Hello, Dr. Bonnie. I'm pretty sure you're listening to the program or the podcast or the archive. Dr. Bonnie sent me a really cool link about ozone therapy. Last week we talked about ozone and we talked about oxygen for treating cancer. Well, Dr. Bonnie has informed me correctly that ozone therapy, IV ozone therapy, sticking highly reactive ozone right into your blood can actually be used for dealing with cancer. Ozone therapy has been shown to turn on the immune system, to fight diseases, not just cancer, but all infectious diseases. Ozone therapy is non-toxic. It improves the body's ability to utilize oxygen. And numerous papers talk about how it can heal liver problems, herpes, dental problems, diabetes, degenerative disease, and even cancer. And if you're dealing, God forbid, with cancer, you might want to look into ozone therapy. Go to www.AAOT.us, and that is the American Academy of Ozone Therapy's website. And those guys have a lot of good information, papers and such. There's actually going to be a trade show, I guess it is. The first annual meeting, or the fourth annual meeting was just last January. They do an annual meeting every January, I suppose. I think it's every January. Anyway, it's AAOT.us, and that is the American Academy of Ozone Therapy. Lots of good information about ozone therapy for cancer, too. If you know anybody, God forbid, who's dealing with cancer. Thank you, Dr. Bonnie, for pointing that out. Okay, let's see where we're at here. 844-236-6010 is our number. Let's go to New Jersey and welcome Shama to the bright side. Did I say that right, Shama? Shama?
Close. Shama. Thank you.
Shama. Oh, I remember you. Yes, we talked before. What's going on, Shama?
Well, my wife is here with me. I think about 4 days ago, my blood pressure dropped to 90/50, and I almost fainted. And
okay.
I'm gonna have she's right here because I'm a little short of breath. I'm gonna let her take over.
Hi.
Okay.
Good morning.
Hey, who am I speaking to?
Hi.
What's your name? What's your name?
Lady. I'm Lady. Can you hear me?
Laney?
Lady. L-A-D-Y.
Oh, wow. Lady, that's a cool name. Did you, were you the gal who was pregnant and I talked to you before? You were having a baby? Was that you? No, okay.
No.
Okay, go ahead, lady. How can we help you?
I'd like to backtrack to about 7 years ago. I noticed a swelling in my husband's neck.
Okay.
And I think it was related to thyroid. It was about a size of a golf ball back then. Okay. It's grown maybe over the years to about the size of a tennis ball. You only notice it, well, I notice it when he swallows, so it's not something that's like protruding from his neck, but I did notice it. Okay. So I do think he has some thyroid challenges going on. Okay. But a couple of days ago, well, I would say lately he's been complaining that he has not been feeling himself. He has not been feeling great. Normally this is a man who's like, oh my gosh, if there's not enough hours in a day.
How old is Shama? How old? How old's your husband? 56, 56? Okay.
Yeah, and he actually is a minister. He's in the ministry.
Praise God. That's awesome. I'm glad to help a minister. That's awesome. Okay, well, let's, do you have more to say?
I was just saying thank you.
Oh, okay. You're welcome. So here's the deal. Okay. It sounds like a goiter. I'm sure you know what that is. When the thyroid can't find enough iodine, it'll get bigger in order to kind of pull iodine out of the blood. So thyroid is constantly sucking iodine out of the blood in order to make thyroid hormone. When iodine is not present, the thyroid will get bigger in an attempt to find whatever iodine it can find. So the first thing to do is iodine. Is he on iodine? Or using iodine?
Not to my knowledge.
Well, get him on it quickly. Iodine is an amazingly important element. It's the element of life. You know, we're going to talk about the thyroid here in the next few days because when it comes to hormones, there is no more important hormone than thyroid hormone. Every one of the 100 trillion cells in the body depends on thyroid hormone to do its work. Bone cells need thyroid hormone to make bone. Muscle cells need thyroid hormone to contract. Heart cells need thyroid hormone to beat. Adrenal cells need thyroid hormone to make adrenal hormones. Every single cell in the body does its business under the regulation of thyroid hormone. It's not only the most, in my opinion, arguably anyway, the most important hormone in the body. It may be the most important hormone in all of biology, in all of life. I mean, fungus cells depend on thyroid hormone, their version of it, that is. All cells in life, in biological life, all cells, higher cells anyway, animal cells for sure, depend on thyroid hormone. It's a super important substance. And thyroid hormone itself depends on iodine. So without iodine, you're going to have a problem. This is why people will always recommend iodine for the thyroid. Sometimes mistakenly. There's a lot of folks who take iodine for all thyroid problems. You know, even alternative health practitioners will say, oh, you got a thyroid problem, use iodine. It doesn't work that way. Iodine's not going to help the thyroid gland itself if it's under attack, say from an autoimmune disease, or if the thyroid gland is overworked. Iodine is not like a magical cure, but when the thyroid gets really big, like as in a goiter, yes, indeed, iodine can be helpful. So get on ioderol. You can get it off the internet, IODEROL, ioderol, and maybe to start off with something like 25 to 50 micrograms, and then you can go up to 100, 125 micrograms a day. Some people take a lot more than that, but just see where you're at, kind of play with the dose and see if the goiter gets better. That may make all the difference in the world, just that. The next thing to do is start to look for other factors. The thyroid itself will get burnt out, or will start to become dysfunctional or weakened, if you will, when the body is under chronic long-term stress, especially from a lack of oxygen, too much sugar, and digestive problems. These are what I call and I'm sure you've heard me say this before, the triangle of disease. The digestive system, the blood sugar system, and then the adrenal thyroid link, the adrenal thyroid axis, or the adrenal thyroid complex. So by backtracking to stabilizing the adrenal glands through deep breathing techniques, and I'll tell you a few other things you could do, and then stabilizing the blood sugar, and then working on the digestive system, you can do a lot of things for the thyroid, especially if it's something like Hashimoto's thyroid. Hang on, we'll finish up when we come back from our break, lady. Thanks for your call. Don't go away. I'm Pharmacist Ben. You're listening to The Bright Side. We'll be back right after this. All right, we're back on The Bright Side. I am Pharmacist Ben. Thanks for joining us. We're talking to Lady in New Jersey about hypothyroidism and iodine. Are you there, ma'am? Lady?
Yes, I am. Thank you so much, Pharmacist Ben. And I did want to let you know that... Go ahead.
No, you go ahead.
Okay.
Go ahead.
I did want to let you know that the swelling it's not symmetrical, it's asymmetrical. It's more like just on one side, very large on one side.
That doesn't necessarily mean. You know what you might want to do is go to Google Images. I don't know if you ever use that. Google Images and Google goiter. And you'll get a lot of pictures of goiter. Some of them are hideous, and it doesn't sound like your husband has that severe a problem, but it does sound to me like a goiter, and he does have some of the symptoms of that. Low blood pressure can definitely do it. Adrenal fatigue can do it, which in turn can be caused by blood sugar problems and digestive problems. These are your points of control, okay? So iodine can help if he has an iodine deficiency, and the chances are pretty good that he does. Is he a seafood eater? Is he a vegetarian?
Mostly vegetarian, yes.
Mostly vegetarian. No, he's not eating fish and seafood?
I should say.
Is he eating fish?
No, he fish, yes, he does.
He is eating fish. Okay. Well, you get iodine in seafood. That's the main source of iodine. Iodine's an ocean mineral, primarily, so people who don't live near the water or who aren't eating seafood are going to be at risk for iodine deficiency. Getting on iodine can help. That's the first thing to do. Second thing to do is start to work on the adrenal glands. Oxygenation is extremely important. It does sound like he has some adrenal problems. I'm not sure if it's caused by the thyroid or it's caused by the blood sugar in the digestive system, because it's a big circle. It could be either or. So the iodine might help with that. Iodine's also important for the adrenal glands too. Making sure he's doing his deep breathing techniques, get on the Beyond Tangy Tangerine. That could be very, very helpful for adrenal health issues. And if he's a vegetarian, he's going to have an issue with cholesterol, possibly have an issue with cholesterol. So making sure that he is, cholesterol is only found. He doesn't do dairy or eggs.
Yes, he does.
Okay, dairy and eggs, those can be helpful for the adrenal glands as well. The mineral zinc is very important for the adrenal glands, making sure he's using 50 milligrams a day of zinc picolinate, Picolinate. Vitamin C is also super important for the adrenal glands. And the B complex is very important for the adrenal glands, particularly vitamin B5 and vitamin B12. In fact, I would be getting vitamin B12 shots if I were him, intramuscular vitamin B12 shots, because chances are he's not going to be absorbing his vitamin B12. Now, if he has a thyroid problem, by definition, or hypothyroid problem, or any thyroid problem really, by definition, he has a digestive problem because the thyroid regulates the digestive system. Oftentimes, however, digestive issues precede thyroid problems. They're a cause of thyroid problems, especially in the case of autoimmunity, like Hashimoto's or Graves' disease. So working on digestive health is also very important. He's got to be constipated if he's got that significant thyroid problem, so that can compound problems, compound the issue. So what you want to start doing is a food diary, keeping track of foods that cause any kind of digestive issue and then eliminating those foods. Also, blood sugar spikes, problems with blood sugar. And does he have weight issues? Is he gaining weight inappropriately?
No, he actually was attempting to, gain muscle and work out. He was working out a lot.
He doesn't have a belly going on?
He does have a little pot belly, but it's cute.
Okay. Well, I'm not ripping on him. I'm just trying to get a picture of what's happening in his body. That's a sign that a potential sign anyway, that the blood sugar could be thrown off, and it's very typical. You'll notice people are lean and mean until they're about 28 or 29, and then all of a sudden they get a little pooch. Right? That's a sign that blood sugar is starting to get thrown off. So start to focus on blood sugar by using more protein, more coconut oil, and good fat, butter fat, egg fat, dairy fat, and good avocados, good fat, and then protein. Both of those will help him wean off the sugar, especially a protein called glutamine. Glutamine powder, maybe a teaspoon or so of glutamine powder every day. Last but not least, the Z-radical can be helpful for all, just as a general tonic, but especially for circulatory health issues if he has any of those. And then, of course, the ultimate enzymes taken with all the meals. Healthy Start Pack, that goes without saying. The Beyond Tangy Tangerine, have him sip on the Beyond Tangy Tangerine all day. Not one big scoop or two big scoops, but a teaspoon or so in water, and have him sip on it all day. So you got lots of action steps there, ma'am. Start off with the iodine, then work to the adrenal glands with zinc and vitamin C and deep breathing techniques and relaxation techniques. Make sure he's working on digestive health by eliminating problem foods. I forgot to mention probiotics and fermented foods. Those can be very helpful for intestinal health. And by the way, for you guys out there, not necessarily for Shama, but for other folks out there, if you have a thyroid problem, you should know that thyroid hormone is activated in the intestine by probiotics, by good bacteria. So if you have an intestinal problem, the odds are pretty good that you're going to have a thyroid problem too. I'm not sure necessarily this was relevant for your husband, but for folks listening who may be hypothyroid, please recognize that good bacteria in the gut are important for thyroid health. But as a general strategy, that might be something that he wants to consider. And then last but not least, stabilizing the blood sugar by avoiding foods that spike blood sugar, bread, pasta, cereals, etc. Getting on the Healthy Start Pack, using the sweeties, and then the Z-Radical, the Fucoid Z, will also help him a little bit with his blood sugar too. All right, you got lots of steps there. I hope that helps, ma'am. Get him on the iodoral today.
Yes, and I know you have to move on to someone else, but quickly, do you do private consultations? You wanted to know?
Yeah, you can call me. Send me an email. Send an email with your phone number to Ben, B-E-N, at ksco.com. Put your phone number on there, and we'll probably play a little phone tag. I'll call you, you'll call me. We'll do it a few times. That's usually what happens, but we'll hook up on the phone, and I'm glad to help. Okay?
Thank you.
Thank you. God bless. Good luck with everything. All right, Greg in Texas. What's cooking? Welcome to the bright side. Do we have Greg? Let's see, Greg? Hello, Greg. Greg, I think Greg may have gone away from his phone. Yes, Greg? All right, we'll put Greg. That's it. All right, I'm going to let Greg go. Sorry, Greg. Call back. I don't know what happened to you, my man. Greg? Now we're going to let Greg go. All right, well, that's all the calls we have. So I want to talk about a couple more things because I've been getting these letters. Some of you may have heard me on Coast to Coast, and some of our new listeners may have heard us on Coast to Coast, and I'm getting a lot of letters from folks who don't necessarily understand some of the basics about what I call the bright side philosophy. There's a lot of basics. There's a lot of pillars, philosophical pillars to what I call the bright side philosophy. But the main thing that I want to talk about is this idea of degeneration, that the body breaks down. When we have a degenerative disease, the body breaks down in a generic sense. And it doesn't matter where the breakdown is occurring. Yesterday I did a YouTube video for criticalhealthnews.com on Alzheimer's disease. And I've been reading a lot about Alzheimer's disease. There was an article on CNN that came out last week about something called resveratrol for Alzheimer's disease. Resveratrol is a super powerful nutritional element, but now it's being touted as a way to prevent Alzheimer's disease or cure Alzheimer's disease or reverse or slow down the progression of Alzheimer's disease. Nonsense. Hooey. That's not how you do it. Alzheimer's disease is a degenerative disease of the brain, and it's a generic disease in this sense. It's macular degeneration of the brain. And speaking of macular degeneration, there's an epidemic of that going on. We're falling apart, and we're falling apart in the macula level, we're falling apart at the brain level, we're falling apart at the joint level, we're falling apart everywhere. The body is falling apart, and it doesn't matter where. Our collective bodies are falling apart, and where it's falling apart doesn't matter when it comes to reversing, or when it comes to preventing, or when it comes to slowing down the progression. There's no special degenerative diseases. The only people who care about special degenerative diseases are specialists, because that's how they make their living. I'm telling you, folks, if you have Alzheimer's disease, you treat it the same way you treat macular degeneration, you treat it the same way you treat arthritis, you treat it the same way you treat any degenerative disease, and there are hundreds of them. Chronic degenerative diseases account for 75% of our healthcare costs because we're all degenerating. We're all falling apart. Even cancer and heart disease are examples of degenerative diseases, the two leading causes of death. So if you have Alzheimer's disease, you don't take resveratrol to cure it. And if you have macular degeneration, you don't take lutein to cure it. And if you have arthritis, you don't take glucosamine to cure it. What you do is you reverse the degenerative process that's occurring in the body, and then the body does the curing. The divine force does the healing. Our object is to eliminate toxicity that comes in through the digestive system. That's where the food diary comes in. That's where fasting comes in. That's where intermittent fasting comes in and caloric restriction come in. You want the body to run cool, just like you want your computer to run cool. Why do you think they put a fan in your hard drive? Because your computer has to run cool. Well, in chemistry, or in food chemistry, the word for heat is calor, as in calories. Caloric restriction is like a fan for your body's chemistry. And then you stabilize the blood sugar. Sugar also represents heat, so keeping your sugar down. And then you calm the body down, which again cools the body down. You make sure you're on your Mighty 90 essential nutrients, of course. You take your Healthy Start Pack, of course, support digestive health and with probiotics and good bacteria and fermented foods, and then the body does the healing work itself. All right, I'm Pharmacist Ben. Thank you so much for listening to The Bright Side, friends. Tomorrow we'll talk about the spiritual relationship between hormones and good health. And if you're interested in purchasing any of our Truth Treatment products, of course, go to truthtreatments.com. And if you're interested in purchasing any of the longevity products, head over to brightsideben.com, pharmacistben.com, or criticalhealthnews.com. Thanks for listening, friends. Have an awesome, beautiful day. We'll talk to y'all later. Bye for now.
Most of us already know that taking a fish oil supplement to boost omega-3s is a good idea. But did you know that about 60% of Americans are actually deficient in omega-3s? Did you know that most fish oil products contain only about 25% omega-3s and the remaining 75% is undesirable fish fat? Heck, did you know that more than 90% of fish oil supplements sold in the USA are not even made here? If you want to boost your omega-3s using the finest American-made fish oil, check out Nutrigold Fish Oil Supplements on www.fishoil.best. Nutrigold fish oils are independently 5-star certified and guaranteed to be exceptionally pure. That means no more fish burps. Best of all, just one Nutrigold fish oil capsule contains more omega-3s than 4 standard fish oil capsules. Go to www.fishoil.best or call 888-920-1497 and use promo code BESTFISHOIL to get a free 1-month supply. That's www.fishoil.best or call 888-920-1497.
Do you have difficulty taking supplements? Are you searching for a high-quality, complete nutritional drink that your whole family will love? NutriMedical's Life Support has arrived. All of your daily nutritional requirements in one quick, delicious drink. Dr. Bill Deagle's Life Support is a proprietary blend of vegan protein, activated vitamins, essential minerals, amino acids, probiotics, green tea, digestive enzymes, anti-inflammatories, cancer prevention, detoxification, and much more. Your body will high-five you for this one. Life Support is the best complete nutritious meal replacement on the market. Whether you are an elite athlete, have post-operative challenges, chronic illness, elderly, or a family that just wants a quick, delicious drink, try Dr. Bill Deagle's Life Support for optimized nutrition in one great tasting smoothie. Just add cold water, almond milk, fruit, or anything else you like. NutriMedical's Life Support. Try our great tasting chocolate or vanilla today. Call 888-212-8871 or visit us online at NutriMedical.com. NutriMedical.com.
healthy, organic, fresh fish, robust, mouth-watering vegetables, all from your home. It's called aquaponics. This brilliant, self-sustaining protein and veggie system is perfect for year-round growing. Know exactly where your food is coming from. Aquaponicssource.com is the one-stop shop for all your needs. Fish, fish food, plumbing, full systems, classes, and more. Learn to build your own system. Go to aquaponicssource.com for a free guide to aquaponics. That's aquaponicssource.com.
Sciatica, lower back pain, hip pain, poor posture. If you suffer from any of these problems, get ready to relax. Introducing an amazing product that's been in the market for over 25 years, the Sacro Wedgie. It was invented by a football coach using a common sense osteopath technique. He created this device to help his athletes by isolating and supporting the sacrum, which is the keystone of our anatomy. This wedge-shaped bone is in the center of our hips, where a lot of pain starts. Simply relax 20 minutes daily on the amazingly simple Sacro Wedgie and let gravity do the work, helping muscles rebalance and start releasing nerves. Sit in the Sacro Wedgie at the computer or while traveling to help correct posture to finally help relieve those stubborn aches and pains for only $33.95. It's made in the USA, so click the family-owned website at sacrowedgie.com, spelled SACROWEDGY.com, or call 1-800-737-9295. That's 1-800-737-9295. Relax your back pain away with the Sacro Wedgie.
If you're like me, you're concerned about the stock market and the economy. You're asking the questions, but it just doesn't seem that you're getting the right answers. Well, my friends at the Wealth Preservation Institute not only have the answers, but they've put together a free report, How to Survive the Upcoming Economic Collapse and Protect Your 401ks, IRA savings, and retirement income. Don't hesitate. This report's for free for a limited time by calling 888-772-2929. That's 888-772-2929. Take back your financial lives today.
We use mobile devices right against our bodies every day, but growing scientific evidence has emerged showing serious health risks associated with exposure to EMF radiation emitted from these devices. The solution is Defender Shield, the most effective mobile radiation shielding ever developed. Defender Shield blocks virtually 100% of EMF radiation from cell phones, tablets, and laptops, and starts at just $64.99. Buy now at DefenderShield.com. For 10% off, use promo code GCN. DefenderShield.com, the worldwide leader in mobile radiation shielding.
Attention, all men. Are you urinating more frequently? Do you wake up to urinate? Are you having a slower, weaker stream? Don't ignore the warning signs of your aging prostate. Get your free bottle of Super Beta Prostate. Super Beta Prostate is guaranteed to support a more complete emptying of your bladder, a fuller, stronger stream, and less waking at night to urinate.
Super Beta Prostate is a product that I really like. I endorse it. I use it myself. I was very pleasantly surprised that Super Beta Prostate helped me fairly quickly.
Super Beta Prostate is formulated with a natural plant enzyme called beta-cytosterol. It's so powerful, you'd have to take 100 saw palmetto pills to get the same sterols as just one Super Beta Prostate tablet. Don't ignore the warning signs of your aging prostate. Call now to get your free bottle of Super Beta Prostate. Call 1-800-853-1203. That's 1-800-853-1203. 800-853-1203.
Hey, Berkey Guy here. Are you still drinking unfiltered tap water? Does your water contain chlorine or fluoride? Will you have drinkable water in an emergency? The Berkey Guy is here to help you remove these and other potential contaminants from your water, thus helping you drink clean, purified water. We offer Berkey water purification systems at the lowest available prices online. Don't go another moment without a Berkey system. Over the last 10 years, we've helped thousands drink clean, purified water. Join them by visiting goberkey.com or call me, the Berkey Guy, at 877-886-3653. That's 877-886-3653.